Greetings all, Shane Bruce with Rest of My Daisy, and this will be our last video with this particular gun. It is now made it into the inventory as the Grandpa Jim Special. So if anybody wants one, that's what you need to specify. It is a Daisy Model 105B, a current production gun, new production gun, commonly available at a wide variety of big box stores at attractive price points. The only issue you may run into is they don't have one in stock on a particular day that you show up. But believe me, I've never had a problem finding them here in the state of Georgia. We've already talked about the gun extensively, but I did want to show folks how we managed to get the forearm on, because these guns come without the ability or the provision to mount a forearm. So to get this long forend on it, to make it look more like a Kentucky long rifle, took a while for me in my rather scattershot experimental system to finally figure out how to get a 1/4-20 T-nut. This is a 1/4-20 bolt that's been fire blued, turned down a little bit so it fits the stock a little better. How to get a 1/4-20 T-nut successfully silver soldered onto the underside of the chassis. And this gives us a mounting point. So it's just a matter now of putting the forearm on and tightening down the bolt, and it holds it in place. Now, you have to do a couple of things to the T-nuts. You've got to radius the bottom of the T-nut, and on most of the items, T-nuts that you find, you'll probably have to clip off a little bit of metal here or there. The other key to installing this and getting it to stay put is whatever solder paste, silver solder paste you're using, read the instructions. And if they say to use 80 grit sandpaper to score the surface to provide a good surface for the silver solder to work, use the 80 grit sandpaper. Don't try to get by with the 150 grit because you think it's making too many gouges too deep. No, no, no. Do what the book tells you to do. Use the 80 grit and scour both of them, the bottom of the T-nut and the surface you're mounting to. Now, in this particular job, we taped it off before we stuck it on. The other advantage with the silver solder paste, and I'll do a video on exactly how to do that, is you normally, what I've found to be successful is to coat the bottom of the T-nut with the paste, put the gun in a vise, and with a nut installed, push it down on the gun and let it sit there. You know, do your eyeball work, make sure you've got it level and level in both axes. And then all you do with the propane torch is you heat the bolt, not the nut. The bolt will heat up the whole assembly enough to cause the solder to flow. You'll get good flow, good penetration, and more importantly, most importantly, it will stick when you're done. And so when you're done, what you have on it is a gun now that can accept a 4-stock. And it's just a matter of popping it on there, dropping the bolt in, and you'll have a secure forearm that doesn't require the magnets. There's a couple of folks out there that have made a pretty big deal about niobium magnets being able to secure a forearm to one of these guns. I'm not saying they're liars, but I don't think so. I don't believe I'd want to trust that, because there's nothing more compelling when you go to grab your gun and the forearm pops off in your hand. That's not a good thing. So I like mechanical attachment points. They seem to work the best for me. So there we have it. We have the left side view, and here's the right side view. And this is now the Grandpa Jim Special. And we've already got some more orders to fill for this exact same gun. So that's all we've got today for you, kids. This is Shane Bruce with Rest on My Daisy, signing off.